Central Minnesota Sports Hub. It's the Morning Sports Desk, presented by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts, and streaming on YouTube.
It is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. I'm CJ Baumgartner, getting ready to do a little amateur hour discussion here on this Monday, and also including an update to our amateur hour Town Ball Tour 2025 broadcast schedule. And we are also going to talk about a Bluffton Brave who is making waves on the college baseball scene in Power 4 conference play. We're going to talk about all of that coming up throughout the show. But first, before we get into anything, I want to talk to you about the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, and how on Tuesdays, kids eat free all day long. Ages 10 and under, one kid per paying adult. And what you do is you go to the Pizza Ranch with the kids. It's a great day. Tuesday night, you don't have much going on anyways. Take them out to the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade and have a great time. You can enjoy the country's best chicken, the mashed potatoes, the pizza, which is oh so good. Love the Bronco. The Bronco is the best. My wife loves ordering the chicken broccoli Alfredo pizza, which, by the way, you can only get at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. In terms of getting the chicken broccoli Alfredo at Pizza Ranches, the one in Wadena, it's like the only one around that has them, and we love that. We usually get that when you can buffet your way. You just go up when you pay and you say, hey, I'd like this pizza to be on the buffet. They'll make it for you, and you get first dibs on the pizza. It's so good. Then, of course, you got the salad bar. You have of course, the chicken, mashed potatoes. You have mac and cheese there as well. Dessert pizza, ice cream. I could go on and on about their menu, but it's just so great at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena. And not only that, when you're done eating with the old kiddos, you get to take them to the FunZone Arcade to blow off some steam. They ate all that food. They're going to have a lot of energy. You take them to the FunZone Arcade and you let them enjoy all that energy at a great arcade. Let them play to their heart's content at all of the great VR games, the just classic arcade stuff that they have. And, of course, you can redeem your tickets and points for great prizes as well at the Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena, proud sponsors of the Morning Sports Desk. Okay, so we are going to talk a little amateur hour where we take a look at the local town ball scene going on in central Minnesota. First, before we start off, we do want to get to just a couple quick news and notes before we get too deep. Want to mention we are adding a game to the Amateur Hour Town Ball Tour 2025 broadcast schedule. So we have a game coming up tomorrow, Wednesday, July 9th. That'll be midway at New York Mills, 7:15 pregame, 7:30 first pitch. We are also adding a game on Sunday, July 13th. It'll be Sabika at Bluffton, the Stingers at the Braves. It's a 1:15 pregame this Sunday, 1:30 first pitch. And you can hear both of those games with Kyle Gelsine on the call on the Superstation K106, that's 105.9 FM, also streaming online at WadenaRadio.com, or the Superstation K106 mobile app. Find more information on the full write-up online at WadenaRadio.com, or the Superstation K106 mobile app, or Sports Cow on Facebook. Moo. All right, one other news and note that we need to get to before we dive into the full amateur hour slate, and that is a pretty big news for one former University of Minnesota Crookston Golden Eagle, former Wadena Deer Creek alumni, current Bluffton Brave, as the Braves have their own Josh Dykoff commit as a two-way player to the University of Kansas. And, of course, over the last 3 seasons at Crookston on the mound, he'd won 12 games, racking up 163 strikeouts. But as a hitter total, he had 41 homers in his time in Crookston with 156 runs batted in and a .337 batting average last season. Currently, Dykoff is in the Northwoods League right now, playing for the St. Cloud Rocks this season. He has a .277 average with 3 home runs and 22 RBI in that stretch as well. Bluffton Brave, of course, playing in the local amateur baseball lineups and amateur baseball fields across central Minnesota. Now he's going to be taking his talents collegiately to be playing this upcoming season in 2026 for the Kansas Jayhawks. By the way, that's a nice squad in Kansas. In the Big 12 that he is going to join. And just really cool that we have a former Wadena Deer Creek alumni, a former Golden Eagle at Crookston, and of course still a Bluffton Brave as well. Going to do a little Rock Chalk Jayhawk. That's so cool. Congratulations to Josh Dykoff and getting to represent himself at Kansas now for his college baseball career. That's super awesome. All right, now let's talk a little more about the games that went on over the last week, starting with games on Wednesday, July 2nd. Deer Creek beat Dent 19-1 as a trio of Travis George, Ashton Detloff, and Simon Krecklau held Dent to just 1 run over 7 innings. Chase Nordland, 3 hits, 6 RBIs on the day. Wow. Foston Trash Pandas hosting the Detroit Lakes Ligers, 13-3 win for the Trash Pandas. On Thursday, July 3rd, Kyle Gelsine came on this program, talked about fireworks happening between Bluffton and New York Mills after the game, but also mentioned a lot would happen during the game. And boy, was he right. A back and forth game with 26 total runs and the 4th of July weekend classic from Russ Jacobson Field. Bluffton beats New York Mills 14-12. The Braves got 14 runs on 21 hits with a grand slam from Connor Davis as the exclamation point. Clarissa beats Henning 6-1 as Ryan Rydell and Parker Duncan team up to allow just 1 run in a Flyers victory. On Friday, July 4th, 1 game going on in central Minnesota. It was Perham hosting Midway, and the Pirates were up 8-0 before rain got in the way. It suspended the game in the 4th inning, so no post-game fireworks, no conclusion of that game, although there is a tentative makeup date set for Wednesday, July 16th. On Saturday, July 5th, the Dilworth Rail Dogs beat the Detroit Lakes Ligers 17-2 from DL. On Sunday, July 6th, Burbank beat Sauk Center 11-2. And now we have a look at the local amateur games coming up on a Wednesday as well. Dent is at Henning, 8 o'clock first pitch. Clarissa at Deer Creek, 7:30 p.m. first pitch for the final home game of the regular season for the Shockers at Elmer Becker Field, taking place tomorrow. Midway at New York Mills, 7:30 p.m. first pitch. And you can listen to Kyle Gelsine on the call again for all the action on the Superstation K106, 7:15 pregame, 7:30 first pitch from Russ Jacobson Field. Midway Snurdbirds at the New York Mills Millers. And by the way, Amateur Hour again wants to hear from you. If you're a coach, player, or fan, we want your help. Call 218-631-1804 and leave a message on our voicemail with your team's score or any notable achievements for a chance to be featured in this segment. All right, that's going to do it for me. I'm CJ Baumgartner. This is Amateur Hour. This is the Morning Sports Desk, powered by Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade in Wadena.
Powered by Wadena's Pizza Ranch and FunZone Arcade. Follow the Morning Sports Desk on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. And watch every show on YouTube.